What's going on, Titan Nation? We are going to have a good time, and we are about to get ready to get started as we get ready to talk about this preseason game we got coming up with the Baltimore Ravens. And so I asked everybody to tune in, make sure you share this show out, and we are going to get ready to get started in less than 60 seconds. Here we go. Good evening, Titan Nation. How is everybody? Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody doing? Welcome in to TNT tonight. I am your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, and we are going to have a really good episode on this evening. And I want y'all to make sure you share this show out. We are going to be live on Facebook on the TNT, the Titans of Truth page. Also on YouTube. And you can share this out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we're going to have a great episode. We're going to be talking about a lot of things as far as the unofficial depth chart. And also we're going to be talking about the upcoming game against the Baltimore Ravens. So this is going to be really good, really cool. And I apologize for the technical difficulty. We're definitely working on that. I'm trying to not hear myself. And so I'm just making sure that I don't hear me. So we're going to definitely go ahead and we're going to keep going. And just a couple of announcements that we're going to be talking about. First of all, if you want some Titans of Truth gear, make sure you hit me up, or you can hit up Ms. Latoya Akinyemi by email at queenbutterflytees@gmail.com or on Instagram at queenbutterflytees. Also, you can hit me up for some hats, or hit up my guy at Out the Crib Customs. That's at out_the_crib_customs on Instagram. And we're definitely going to make sure you check them out and show some support, because if you're supporting them, you are supporting the show. And everybody, give me just a quick second. I'm checking a quick technical difficulty. Give me just about 30. Give me just a moment, and let me get this worked out.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure everything's all right. Making sure everybody can hear me good. Is everybody good? Hearing me good? And so we're gonna keep going with the show. And as y'all know, and also coming up, Ladies' Night is going to be coming up on September the 7th. I'm going to go ahead and make this announcement. September the 7th, Ladies' Night is going to be coming out. And I have some very, very special guests on the way. And they are very excited to be joining us for this show. So I am definitely looking forward to having these ladies on the show. And I will be making that announcement the closer we get to that particular episode. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And also, this broadcast is also going to be showing up also on iHeartRadio and Spotify as well. So I'm trying to enter the big time when it comes to this. So definitely check out Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcast, as well as these episodes will be uploaded on those platforms also. And again, definitely going to be on these particular networks. And also, coming soon, should be coming out to Apple Podcast as well. So definitely stay on the lookout for for those particular shows, for those shows. So, I am excited about this. I see we got a lot of people here. We got Rock Orazio, Let's Go Titans. We got quite a few people up in here, and I am just very excited to get this show started. Clifton Moore is here. Bart Jones says MK Ultra, and I'm thinking you're talking about Mason Kinsey is going to make the 53. And as Bart Jones has said, hit that like button. AT, tighten up. I definitely appreciate the shout out there. And so we're definitely going to keep this going and everything. So this is what we got going on. The Titans, of course, have unleashed their new depth chart, and it's been released, and we got it ahead of tomorrow's game against the Baltimore Ravens. Of course, they had a practice on Monday, a walkthrough yesterday, and then today they have boarded the plane. I believe they're in Baltimore as we speak, and the unofficial depth chart has indeed been released. So let's take a look at that, and then I want y'all to give me your thoughts on this depth chart as far as were there any surprises? Was there anything that you liked that you thought, or something that you didn't like, and you're thinking, what in the world is going on with this depth chart? Make sure, again, y'all smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the show, subscribe to the show and hit that bell so that you get all the notifications for whenever we go live. So definitely check that out. But let's take a look at the depth chart, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And give me a second. And so let me take that down. But this is the unofficial depth chart for the offensive side of the ball. And you basically have, I don't think there's really too many surprises on the offensive side of the ball. Of course, you got your quarterback, Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry starting. You got Robert Woods starting. Interesting that they got Nick Westbrook-Akina as a starter and Treylon Burks behind him. And, as many people probably believe, is basically Mike Vrabel telling Treylon Burks, hey, go out here and earn your spot. Go out and earn that starting job. So I think that is really what Vrabel is basically trying to say to Treylon Burks in this situation. He's basically saying, hey, go out, earn the job, and you'll be fine. And so that's basically what I believe Mike Vrabel is basically telling Treylon Burks there to earn that job. Now, of course, at the same time, you have that battle at at left guard where there was, you have they had it where it was Aaron Brewer / Jamarco Jones. And so I, found that to be very interesting. I found that to be very interesting that, that was surprising that they have it where it's those two together in their battling it out instead of naming one. But I believe with Aaron Brewer, that is basically his job to lose. That is basically his job to lose, and I don't think that is going to change at all. So I see it as Aaron Brewer is going to win the job. I think Aaron Brewer is going to win the job, and that's pretty much that on that, and so I am not really concerned about Jamarco Jones having an opportunity at that position. I think it's Aaron Brewer's job to lose. Pretty simple. And so that's why I like Aaron Brewer. He's a little undersized and everything, but what he does very well is that he excuse me for that, y'all. I'm trying to make sure that trying to make sure everything is fixed up properly with audio, so forgive me for that. But yes, so I like Aaron Brewer at that position. I don't think Jamarco Jones is really going to be able to compete for that particular spot. So I think Aaron Brewer has it locked up. The other position that's very interesting is the right tackle position, which we all thought it was going to be Dylan Radunz pretty much going to start. But now here comes Nicholas Petit-Frere, and he's kind of caught fire a little bit. He's caught fire, and he has really caught on, and it looks like this is a real competition. It looked like at first it was going to be, let's see if, and I'm thinking this might be a little bit of a push to Dylan Radunz as well, to basically be like, hey, go out here and earn the job, kid. Go out here and get this job. We're not just going to hand it to you. We, want you to earn it. So I think that's basically what's going on. Edward Leday, what's up? MHVACR, what's good? It's been a minute. I hadn't heard from you. I think the Titans will end the Ravens' 20-game win streak in the preseason. I mean, I don't really care for the preseason, so I'm not really worried about wins and losses so much. I am worried about consistency. I am worried about making sure that this team is prepared for this game. I'm just making sure that they're prepared for the season and that they look good and some things go well. Let's see. Dre said, what's good? True, I'm going to be at the season opener on the 11th for my birthday. Hope to meet you. Hey, I'll be glad to meet a lot of you. So I think we're going to definitely put something together for that opening day. I normally work on Sundays, and I try to get out and get on the road as quick as possible. About 8 o'clock, 8:15, I try to be on the interstate heading to Nashville. Hopefully get there before the game starts and everything. So we'll definitely try to have a meetup, definitely in the stadium. Definitely try to have a meetup and, where I can, take pictures with everybody and stuff like that. I think we could definitely do something like that. Maybe in the north end zone, I'll try to set up somewhere, something like that. So I'll definitely try to be on the, lookout. Tighten upload. What's up with you? I know he's doing some big things. I know he had a nice show last night and everything. So definitely big ups to Upload, Jameson. What's going on? Phillips doesn't have to earn his though. And I know where you're going with that, Upload. I know where you're going. I know for the longest. Everybody knows that Titan Upload is one of the biggest Mason Kinsey fans in the world. He wants Mason Kinsey on this team very, very badly. And it's interesting that Mason Kinsey is on second string and not third. So we'll definitely see if he gets his chances at as a punt returner or in the game. So again, those were a couple of the surprises were, the left guard, right tackle is a position. You got Chig is a second string. Racing McMath is a third string. We'll see if he gets some action as well. So that's kind of the surprises on the offensive side of the ball. Again, left guard, right tackle is the real battle, or the real battles there. And that's something that we have to definitely look out for and see who's going to emerge from those spots. And also, I want to see what Chigga could do. Could he possibly push Jeff Swain out of the way as well? So that's something there. And also something else is interesting. The backup running back spot is going to be something too. With Dontrell Hilliard, Jordan Wilkins, Hassan Haskins there. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with those particular positions. So, again, my question to all of y'all, were there any surprises to you on that unofficial depth chart? I don't think there was too many surprises there. I think basically, with a couple of positions, they're basically telling people, hey, earn your spot. Definitely earn your keep around here. So I just think that's basically what it is. James said, I know it's just precision, but I want him to beat those purple pigeons. You mean rat birds. So he says, I like the message the coaches and the staff is giving to our rookie. Nothing given, but everything is earned. And that much is true. I definitely agree. So what do y'all, what did y'all think of the depth chart and everything? So, cool and getting ready for the season. Ravens are one of our rivals, so they will get up for this one. Ravens will have them ready to dominate from kick. I mean, this is going to be very, very interesting. Miss Mims, I see you here. So I appreciate you joining us. Reggie B, tightened up. Yes, indeed. We're definitely going to definitely see about that. Reggie Smith tightened up and everything. So let's see. Haskins has to make plays. I do agree with that. Also said Chig being second string. That is definitely something we're going to have to look out for and pay attention with the offense. But let's go now to the defensive side on the depth chart and also special teams as well. And let me know if y'all can see the depth chart pretty good. If you can't, I definitely apologize. I tried to blow it up as big as I can. I tried to blow it up as big as I possibly can with that, but y'all know how graphics are. They only let you stretch it so far with everything being shown. So on the defensive side of the ball, in the front seven, there's really no surprise. There's no surprise really there. as far as the defensive line. You know, you got Autry, Tart, you got Simmons, Dupree, Zach Cunningham, Harold Landry, Bud Dupree. And, you know, I know people think, oh, God, Naquan Jones is not starting over Tier Tart. You know they're going to split. They're definitely going to split up. So, not really too worried about the difference between Tier Tart and Naquan Jones. Not really worried about that. They're going to split time. Now, what I did find interested in the defense, second string, DeMarcus Walker over Laurel Murchison. And I've been saying this all off season. Laurel Murchison's job is literally on the line. Laurel Murchison could get cut in this training camp. And I definitely can't see that happening. I can see Murch getting cut. And so he better step up. He better step up. He better show out, because if he doesn't, he ain't going to be on this team very long. And that's a fact. He is not going to be on this team very long. So he better show up. He better show out. But right now, he's got DeMarcus Walker ahead of him and on one end, and then you got Kevin Strong backing up Big Jeff. And I'm interested to see how Haskell Garrett and Jaden Peavy, maybe they could take some shots as well. You got Chance Campbell as a backup and second string. Of course, Monty Rice is on PUP right now, and so they're waiting to bring him off. They're probably keeping him under wraps until the beginning of the year. And also Rashad Weaver, Ola Adani, of course, they're going to be the backups. We're not worried about them not making the team. They're going to be there. But this is a good chance for Chance Campbell to definitely show he could be maybe that fourth inside linebacker along with Monty Rice, Zach Cunningham, and David Long, especially on special teams. The main surprise is Caleb Farley and McCreary. You know, early on, it looked like it was going to be Caleb Farley's job to lose, and I still think it is. And I see we have about 25 people tuned in now, so I appreciate that, 25 tuned in. So, yeah, keep that coming. Make sure y'all spread the word to everybody. And also, I got an announcement, so get ready to spread this word to your fellow friends who are also football fans as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Farley and McCreary. Now I've been hearing, you know, Caleb Farley has been having a good camp, but I'm also hearing Roger McCreary is having a very good camp. And so that's going to be interesting to see. Could McCreary possibly beat out Caleb Farley for that outside corner job? I'm going to right now give the nod to Caleb Farley, but I do think you're going to see some situations where at times you're going to see Farley and Fulton outside, or it's going to be Farley McCreary on the outside, or Fulton McCreary on the outside, and Bowden in the slot. Or you may see it where it is Farley, McCreary, Farley, Fulton, McCreary in the slot. And then Bowden is that fourth dime corner. Because Bowden has missed nearly a week of practice with a undisclosed leg injury, so to speak. So it's going to be interesting to see how the cornerbacks play out in this situation. So that is something that we're definitely going to be paying attention to. And then last but not least, also, I forgot to mention, you know, Shakur Brown is in the second string area at corner behind Elijah Molden, Christian Fulton. That's very interesting because he's come in and it's had a pretty good camp so far. And, you know, I don't know if that's going to earn him a spot or not, but it's very interesting to see where he's placed in the second string. Y'all let me know if the sound is good I just want to make sure everybody's hearing me good. It's not a bad echo or anything. So y'all let me know if the sound is good and everything. But I definitely do appreciate everybody being here. Let's see. MHVACR says McCreary will be starting mid-season. I don't know, but I mean, it is possible. It is definitely possible. I know, like I said, Miss Mim, she be on it. It's like anytime the Titan lose, anytime the Titan lose, whether it's preseason or regular season, she ain't happy about it. And I love her for that. I do. So let's see. Dre said, do you think Woods will be back to normal this season? He's pretty much close to 100% now. He's not, he doesn't have the non-contact jersey on in practice or anything. And I think the brace is off. So it looks like he's pretty much close to full go. Steve Crosio, I see he's in here. I do like Fulton, McCreary, Farley, Bowden. I do like it. Steven says, Farley, McCreary uniting as one. Theo Jackson, second string safety. Yeah. And I mean, he could take that Dane Cruikshank kind of role. So, Ms. Biz, I'm going to try to see if I can take a look and see where Michael Pruitt is now. I think he might still be a free agent, so to speak. I have to see. I'm going to try to see if I can look him up and see where he is at the moment. Oh, it looks like, well, he's also going back to a familiar place. So, you know how everybody always called us the Patriots South, basically the Patriots South? Well, the Atlanta Falcons are slowly starting to become the NFC Titans, the NFC version, because so many former Titans are in Atlanta now. Marcus Mariota, Cam Batson, Rashaan Evans, Anthony Ferguson, now Michael Pruitt is in Atlanta as well. So, I mean, it's very interesting. You got Titans, NFC Titans South. That's basically what's going on. Let's see. That's what James just said. Let's see. I mean, hey, he was a free agent. They didn't bring him back. So, I mean, he was able to go wherever he wanted to go. And that's why you got Chig. Yeah, Falcons are becoming Titans South. NFC Titans. Absolutely. Landon Webb says this is going to be a fun season. It's going to be very interesting. That much is a fact. And that first stiff arm is going to knock somebody's head off. I can't wait to see the first stiff arm. That is going to be crazy. That is going to be very crazy with that. So I would hate to be on the receiving end of a Derrick Henry stiff arm. King Isaac comes in and says, I'm still not over the playoff loss. I'm not either. And, I know a lot of Tide fans say we need to move on. Yes, as a broadcaster, I am moving on. But as a fan, you can't really never move on from that. So I'm still not over it either and everything. So again, y'all let me know if the sound is good. Make sure y'all hear me good. I'm not, echoing off of myself or anything. Y'all let me know. We're going to keep this show rolling. But special teams wise, really no surprises. Randy Bullock kicking, Brett Kern punting, Morgan Cox long snap. Now, kick return, they got Dontrell Hilliard. They got Dontrell Hilliard as the kickoff returner, Kyle Phillips as the punt returner. So that is something that's very interesting. And that is something that's going to be, interesting to see. Who takes the kick returner and punt returner jobs? I think Trenton Cannon as Teron Davenport, TD from ESPN, has talked about, Cannon's been a returner with the San Francisco 49ers, but if he doesn't crack it and and Reggie Bullock, Dontrell Hilliard does, Cannon's out of there. Because I think that's the only reason he was brought in. He's not going to crack the running back room. Right now, in the running back room, he's third string. He's third string behind Hilliard, behind Jordan Wilkins, and Hassan Haskins. So he's got a lot to do, a lot to prove if he's going to have any shot of possibly making this roster. Thank you, Steven. You said I'm good. AZ Big says I'm good. Landon says, I will not move on from last year. This was our best chance to win a Super Bowl. And it was. It was a great opportunity to win a Super Bowl, and we didn't take advantage of it. So I hate that. But something of interest, and Titan Upload brought this up on his show, and it is going to be interesting. What happens at punter? You are going to see quite a bit of Ryan Stonehouse punting. And, I think he could be a guy that you stash away on the practice squad, along with Caleb Shudak, who I think he's still on PUP as well. So, I was hoping Shudak was going to be able to give some type of competition to Randy Bullock. But once again, injuries plagued the backup kicker, and Randy Bullock is in there. But Bullock has been doing well, too. I believe out of the last couple of days, he's been 15 out of his last 16, or I want to say 23 of his last 24. I want to say he's boomed. So Randy Bullock is looking pretty good. I think Ryan Stonehouse could be the punter of the future, maybe after this year. We could be moving on from Brett Kern, maybe a much cheaper option. As far as that, but I think Brett Kern is still the guy right now. So not really any surprises there. I think for Titan Upload and for a lot of others who are believing in MK Ultra on Mason Kinsey, that punt return spot might be his best chance to make the team. That might be his best shot, because I think he'll end up back on the practice squad again, and that's where he will stay. And so that's what I think when it comes to that. Let's see. I'm gonna get some of y'all comments as we come on back here. We get back centered here on Titans and Truth as we talk about this unofficial depth chart that is released. Let's see. So. Ms. Mim said, I still, about the playoffs, still cannot get over them losing to the Bengals. I hope the Steelers beat the poop out of them. We'll definitely see. I don't know. The Steelers have an issue at quarterback. Mitchell Trubisky's going to be starting with hoping that Kenny Pickett takes over for him. So we got to see what the Steelers are going to look like. It's going to be very interesting. Marjo says our wide receivers and tight ends are more durable. Last year we had iffy wideouts as far as health. This year seems more durable. And that is the very interesting thing with the wide receivers, and that's something we're going to get to in just a bit. So we're definitely going to talk about that in just a bit. And here we go. Queen Titanzilla. Oh my God. Okay. Ms. Mills, there are going to be times we're going to have to agree to disagree, especially when the Titans fall. If they fall, y'all know how I am. Y'all know how I am. I am going to praise the Titans when they win, and I am going to criticize them when they lose. And that's just how it is. Y'all know I am a Titan fan, but also as a podcaster, as a broadcaster, I have to be objective. Y'all know this. That's why it's called Titans in Truth. Y'all know I'm going to give y'all the truth. Sometimes you're not going to like the truth. As they say, Truth hurts. And sometimes the truth that's going to come out of my mouth is going to hurt. It's going to hurt me too. But you know what? I'm not going to lie to any of you. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to be the rah-rah fanboy if they will be like, you know what? Let's look at the bright side. You know, that they'll get them next time. Nah, ain't what I'm doing. Not what I'm going to do. And I know that y'all know this. I know y'all know this, and I appreciate that. So as there, Mark Jones says, 72 sacks, a record about 84 Bears Titans could break it this year. I'm not going to go that far. Not going to go that far just yet, but I think they're going to get quite a few sacks. They're going to get more than, I'm going to say they're going to get definitely more than 50. They're going to get their fair share of sacks. That much is obvious. I think they're definitely going to get their fair share of sacks. So I am, I am definitely, they could do some damage sack wise. And I'm trying to see if I have my numbers as far as sacks. See, they have 43 sacks last year. If that record is 72, that means they need 30 more sacks. I don't know if they get to 72, but I expect them to get well over 50. I expect them to get well over 50. That's what I think. Marjo says, you can't handle the truth. So that's what it is. And Ms. Mims, you know it. If other fans, they might have a reason to gloat at us. I'm not going to like it either. But hey, we can't have our cake and eat it too. If we win, we get to throw it in their faces. If we lose, they get to throw it in ours. Now, as long as it ain't disrespectful, that's understood. As long as it ain't disrespectful. If there's somebody saying, hey, we got y'all, we beat y'all, I'm gonna be like, yep, you did. Or they come and say, yeah, I knew y'all would go lose. Y'all Titans suck. Y'all are terrible. I don't even know why you cheer for them. Now, there's where I might have a little bit of an issue. A little bit. So, and I appreciate this from Landon. He says, your definition of a real fan. People think real fans never criticize their team. Real fans keep it real and you want to know. I do the best I can. I do the best I can. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do. That's what this is about. Having fun, talking about the Titans, but at the same time, we have to keep it honest. We have to keep it real. That's just how this goes. And we can't go no further than that. So let's move on. And there's this Treylon Burks narrative that's been out here. And honestly, I don't know why it's out here. Let's talk about this for just a few minutes. And we're going to definitely get into it. This Treylon Burks narrative, everything, because, I think we were all a little bit, even though we were down about the A.J. Brown trade, picking Treylon Burks, I thought was a pretty solid pickup. Shout out Miss Dolly and my girl, Miss Crystal Hayward. I appreciate this, by the way. So I'm like, I'm loving this. I always do. So, I'm like, I'm going to take a snap. I got to take a snap right now. I'm taking a snap for somebody. So, y'all forgive me. I had to take a quick selfie. So, that's the thing. Yeah, absolutely. I had to give y'all the hookup. She got this put together for me. It's really cool. It's got, Titans of Truth. And then on the other side, it has Blue Enforce. It has my Twitter, Instagram, which obviously that, will change it up a bit. So I love it. I love it. It keeps my drinks cold. It keeps my drinks cold and everything. Even if I'm sitting it out, it's still cold. So I definitely like that. But this Treylon Burks narrative, and when he came into to OTAs and into minicamp, he was looking like he was out of shape, and he had the asthma issue, couldn't get past conditioning and things like that. So I'm pretty sure everybody was just so worried, like, oh my God, we traded AJ Brown for this. And I honestly would have felt better if we had AJ Brown, Robert Woods, and Treylon Burks together. And so again, I still think trading AJ Brown, I'm going to continue saying this, trading AJ Brown was one of the biggest mistakes the Titans have made. Big mistake. However, ever since training camp has started, Treylon Burks has corrected the narrative. He's been on the field every day. I haven't heard anything as far as any asthma issues or anything as far as any problem with him getting through practices or conditioning. He seems to be going just fine. And I understand AJ forced his way out. I get it. Titans should have played a little bit more hardball, though. Be like, you're going to play for us. We want you. You're going to play for us. We didn't let you go nowhere. I would have just played hardball. And then if it didn't work out, then hey, so be it. But it even looked like you tried. So that's what I'm saying. Al Pearson here. What's up, Order Struck? How you doing, good sir? So, this narrative. He's going through camp right now. We're going to see him in action tomorrow night. And I think Burks has completely corrected the narrative that was started in the beginning. That he couldn't get through practices, that, he was having issues with the asthma and stuff like that. It looks like that has been put under control. And Burks seems to be doing just fine. But there was an article that came out. And it really kind of took me aback for a second. I know some of y'all may not be able to see this. I know some of y'all have heard this article, but it's basically here off of a site called NBC Sports Edge. And it was from some fantasy football guy that I've never heard of, Nick Messino. I heard this on Stillman and Company yesterday. And it basically was an article talking about Treylon Burks, talking about, Treylon Burks continues to practice with second and third string offenses. Basically, and this was retweeted out by Mike Herndon. Of course, he helps run Music City Miracles, the Music City Miracles site. Basically saying, continues to practice with the second and third string. Got off to a bumpy start in his first all season. Conditioning issues. Been repping with Logan Woodside, Malik Willis. And things like that. How they're talking about Logan Woodside had to correct him on where he's supposed to line up. Rob Moore went off on him, not running through a route and all this and that. And he's basically saying Burks' talent can vault him up fast, but he's not looking like a player worthy of much more than a late round fantasy flyer at the moment. So this is coming from some guy I've never heard of, from some site I never heard of. NBC Sports, of course, I've heard of that. But NBC Sports Edge, I'm like, I've never heard of that. Never heard of that before. And this Nick Messina, I've never heard of him. And I'm thinking, and this is why I'm going to make this very quick, because this really doesn't deserve, it really doesn't deserve much credence as far as talking about it. All the receivers have been running with second and third stringers. Robert Woods has been getting reps with Logan Woodside and also with Malik Willis. Nick Westbrook-Akina, same thing. The offensive line has to work with Logan Woodside too, because we know that we are one Tannehill injury away from Logan Woodside having to go in. So he got to get some reps with those guys so he at least has a little bit of chemistry with those receivers. So, I mean, that article was absolutely stupid, in my honest opinion, talking about, well, he's been running with the second and third string. He has to get a connection with Logan Woodside and Malik Willis, and not just Ryan Tannehill. Yes, he's going to be getting the ball mostly from Ryan Tannehill, but he also has to get a little bit of chemistry with Logan Woodside in case Tannehill gets hurt. In case Tannehill gets hurt, Logan Woodside's going to have to go in there, and that's not going to be fun to watch anyway. He has to get continuity with Malik Willis as well, because the way it might be looking, Malik Willis is the future. And in future seasons, that's who he's going to be catching balls from. So I really throw this article in the trash. It's probably not even worth talking about, but I've heard some people talking about that, and I was like, I'll just go ahead and bring it up. And so, like somebody said earlier, receivers are more durable. Yes, these receivers got to be able to work with all the quarterbacks because, depending on what happened with Tannehill, you got to be able to have some connection with those guys. You don't want a quarterback coming in ice cold with no connection to those receivers whatsoever. So, that is going to be very, telling. So that's really all I got to say about that narrative when it comes to that. Let's see, Mark said AJ made the Titans trade him. He wasn't cooperating in negotiations. He was in Philly with Jalen Hurts not answering calls. Yeah. I mean, he did force his way out. Not going to lie about that. We can't, you're right. You can't make somebody be here if they don't want to be. And let's see. One of Steele says, if AJ wasn't banged up every year, I would agree. Not worth the money he was asking. And I get that. So, he was banged up a lot. So that much is true. Landon's afraid Burks is going to end up like Corey Davis. Well, Corey Davis couldn't get, Corey Davis was coming off of injury when he got drafted and barely could get on the field the first few games because of a hamstring. So hopefully if Burks get through the preseason and get through the first couple of games, I don't think he ends up like Corey Davis. So that's that with that narrative. So now let's get ready to talk about this game that's coming up. And before we do that, I need to talk about my guy. Forgive me, y'all. I need to talk about my guy Cody Milhoyne with first class real estate investors. And I've been telling y'all about him. For quite some time. He's, of course, a fellow Titan fan, and, he's very huge on integrity. And that's what he builds his real estate business on. So many other agents care only about the sale and making the sale. Cody cares about giving you as many options as possible, discussing pros and cons of every option. And he understands it doesn't matter if you're buying or selling a $10,000 trailer or a $20 million mansion. He knows that this is one of the biggest investments you will make in your life. So it doesn't matter if you live in Tennessee or if you live anywhere in the country. If you want some real estate advice, give him a call at 731-798-8505 or at his office at 731-207-8060. Ask for Cody and tell him that Titans and Truth sent you. And also his numbers are located at the bottom of the screen, and also his email at codym@firstclassre.com. That's Cody, CODYM at first. That's the number 1 ST class RE.com. and that's Cody Milhoyne of First Class Real Estate Investors. Titans of Truth here, and let's get into this game with the Ravens and the Titans, as they're going to be getting ready to kick off tomorrow at about 6:30. And I am going to be watching. I'm not going to do a live. I'm not going to do a live watch party just yet. That'll be for the regular season, especially for road games. Road games, I will definitely be doing the live shows. The home games, unless I am not at that home game, I will also do the live watch parties as well. But the only time I don't do watch parties is if I'm at the games themselves. But of course, I will definitely try my best to do a pregame, probably the night before. And I will also do a post game that Sunday evening as well. So it'll most likely be on my phone. I will be doing the post game. So definitely be looking out for that as well. But Titans play the Ravens. And so, the question I have for everybody, it's the first preseason game of the year. Is pretty much going to be very vanilla. Mike Vrabel is not going to give a lot away as far as what game plan is. There's really not any game planning by anybody, not anything in particular. So they're just going to go out there and play and let the chips fall where they may. So the question I have for everybody is, what are you most looking forward to from this game? What are you looking for from this game as far as I'm concerned? Let's see. Let's see. Jameson says somebody deserves a shut your pie hole for that. How stupid that article was. I definitely agree. That article was kind of dumb because I feel like it was something from like earlier when he first got drafted. So that's why I just didn't read a lot into that. So that is something important. James said, let's talk about the game, and that's exactly what we're about to do. And everything. So Al says, I know this is just preseason, but death to the rat birds. Yes. Titan football being back on TV. I know that's right. Rocky hits, and hopefully we get Burks. We can see Burks make a play or two. I hope so too. Absolutely. So that's going to be very interesting. But what are you looking forward to? Looking for in this game? Here's a couple of things. This is not the Blue Enforcer 4 points to victory, but this is what I'm looking for in this game. The 4 things I'm looking for in this game against the Baltimore Ravens. 1 is, how does the O-line look? Mainly at left guard and right tackle, because those are where the main battles are. You got Taylor Warren at left tackle. You got Ben Jones at center. You got Nate Davis at right guard, who is in a contract year, by the way. So the main things I'm going to be paying attention to is how the offensive line looks. I'm expecting it'll be Aaron Brewer and Dylan Radunz getting the start at those positions. But you are going to see a little bit of Jamarco Jones and also Nicholas Petit-Ferrer. And the preseason games, practice is one thing, and that's going up against your own guys. You're really not hitting like super hard. But now, in the past, you really see it with O-line versus D-line. But now the pads are really going to be some click-clack. There's going to be some real click-clack going on with the pads now. So, there's going to be a lot of click-clack going on with the pads going up against another team. So that's what I'm looking forward to first, is definitely the O-line. and is looking at left guard and right tackle. Who emerges from that position? And I don't think a decision is going to be made right now on that. It just depends if somebody just looks really bad or if somebody just looks really good. We're definitely going to see about that. Number 2, rookie impact. We got to see how this rookie class is going to look. Definitely with, I'm looking forward to seeing Treylon Burks on the field. Roger McCreary definitely on the field. Petit Ferrer, Malik Willis. Also, I am definitely looking to see what Chigaquanquo does, how Kyle Phillips looks in the slot. I'm definitely interested in that. Theo Jackson at safety. I'm really interested to see how they go. And Chance Campbell, can he make his mark in the defense and on a special team? So I think this rookie class, so far practice-wise, has probably been one of the better rookie classes since the 2018 rookie class. Number 3, who steps up at wide receiver? And I believe Jameson or somebody mentioned that earlier, talking about the wide receivers, and that's going to be one of the main keys, is who steps up. Does Burks take that spot? I think that's what Vrabel wants him to do, to earn that wide receiver 2 or that wide receiver 1 spot. He wants him to earn that. Kyle Phillips, can he really look good in the slot? But the main reason with this question is, you've been hearing a lot of good stuff with Racey McMath. Can he translate that into games? Also, who could come out of the back end and step forward? Reggie Robinson. Des Fitzpatrick looks like he's on the outside looking in. And, of course, y'all favorite wide receiver, Mason Kinsey. What does he do in this? Or could it be somebody completely out of nowhere? A Terry Goodwin, or Brandon Lewis, who probably has no shot of making the team. Could one of those guys just come out of nowhere and maybe, make an impact? That's something that's going to be important. And last but not least, Malik Willis. He gets to make his debut. How would he look? How's he going to look taking snaps under center? How's he look commanding the offense? Things like that. Does he take time? Maybe instead of just going for the first read, does he look for his second read and not panic and get out and run, too quickly? Because we have noticed that in practice, there are times where if the rush is coming, Malik Willis panics and gets out of the pocket and runs instead of going through his progressions. Sometimes we got to see that. Does he handle the snaps under center well? Those are things that we have to take a look at and see, what does Malik Willis do? So those are the 4 things that I'm definitely looking for. Again, how does the O-line look? Rookie impact. Who steps up at wide receiver? And Malik Willis. Those are the 4 things I am definitely looking for in this particular game against the Baltimore Ravens. Let me see if we can get to some of y'all comments. And I didn't even mention Cody Hollister as well. Could be another guy that we definitely have to pay, who could get some attention at some point. Let's see. Landon says, most excited football season. Mark Joe says Malik Willis and then McCreary on defense. I know somebody said seeing Burks and McCreary. Al Olastruck says, want to see Farley, McCreary, and Weaver on defense, Burks and Phillip on offense, O-line too. Crosdale says Ravens should be smart and sit out their starters. And I think we're going to do the same thing. Derrick Henry ain't playing. 9 times out of 10, Ryan Tannehill is not playing. I think Logan Woodside starts this game. Let's see. Malik and Woodside, quarterback 2. Jameson brings up an excellent point. That's one of the main things that we want to get out of this game too. Get out of there healthy. Get out healthy. That is probably That is probably one of the most underrated points. That is excellent point, Jameson. I love that. I absolutely love that point right there. Get out healthy. That is amazing. And love to see our rookies do amazing things. You know, he also said fringe guys, Mark saying, see fringe guys play their tails off. Kinsey and company fighting for a role. They're fighting for spots. You know, James also mentioned depth at backup linebackers. And you're talking about Adaney and Weaver, you know, Chance Campbell, you know, Dylan Cole, those guys trying to fight for spots. So one of Steel says Hooper can do well in the system, give Chick another year to step up. Well, I don't expect Hooper to play very much in this game either. I do think Chigga gets a lot of action. Also, Tommy Hudson and Briley Moore as well, as to see who could be that fourth receiver between Hudson and Briley Moore if they keep four. So that's something that definitely is going to be looking at. I know a lot of people are looking at Willis too. So that's going to be very, very important. But that's just definitely some things that we're definitely looking forward to are those positions and who takes that first step into earning those positions. So, tell you the truth, TNT tonight here, definitely want to make an announcement. Definitely want to make an announcement here before we do get out of here, and that is this. The Truth League Report will debut. Truth League Report will debut this Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Make sure y'all spread the word out to your fellow football fans. Anybody that's fans of other teams besides the Titans, because that's why I'm going to be branching out. I'm going to try to start talking about some other teams and things that are going on as well. So again, the Truth League Report will debut this Monday night at 6:30. I will be doing recaps of all the games after week one of the regular season on Mondays. And I'm probably I will also be doing a Truth League Report on Saturdays as well, getting you geared up for Sunday's games. Get you geared up for Sunday's games. So I'm sorry, not Saturdays, Fridays, because I'll be doing my picks. I'll be doing some picks for every game, and I'll probably give you the moment of truth, my favorite pick of the entire week, and everything. So definitely look forward to that, and definitely talking about anything that's going on outside of the Tennessee Titans in the world of the NFL. So definitely look forward to that. Also, Down to the T is going to be coming soon. We're going to be talking about a lot of things going on in the world of local Tennessee sports, like the Tennessee Vols, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Nashville Predators, and also the Memphis Tigers. And I'm probably going to be trying to get with some people definitely who know a lot about the Vols, who definitely do stuff with the Grizzlies and the Predators as well. So definitely be on the lookout for these shows coming as well. So I am definitely looking forward to launching these shows as they get ready to come. And I'm definitely looking forward to y'all joining and growing the fan base out, giving a larger look at the NFL and everything, and also the local sports that are going on in this state. And then, of course, we'll try to branch out even further as time goes on. So, Titans of Truth here with you and everything. And make sure y'all, of course, if you haven't followed me on Facebook, on the Titans and Truth official page, also TNT Enforcers fan page on Twitter at TNT Blue Enforcer, also on Instagram at Titans_N_Truth. Definitely look for that as well. And so some news around the NFL I wanted to get to as we get ready to, get out of here is first the new report about Roquan Smith, who is going into his 5th year with the Bears. He wants out. He's requested a trade from the Chicago Bears because he feels the new leadership, does not value him. And that is, he's requested a trade entering his 5th year. They've been far apart on contract extensions, and he feels like he said, quote, "Unfortunately, the new front office regime doesn't value me here. They've refused to negotiate in good faith. Every step of this journey has been take it or leave it." So Roquan Smith wants out. And he's one of the better inside linebackers in the league. Somebody might get a gem from him. The Bears have already traded away Khalil Mack. And now you could possibly be losing Roquan Smith too. I know I have a couple of friends of mine people who know about this show who are Bears fans. I'm interested to get their thoughts on this particular matter with Roquan Smith wanting out of Chicago. Also, some other news in Jets camp, and they got some bad news. Offensive tackle, former first-round pick Mekhi Becton, who got picked, in the, got picked a couple of years ago. He suffered yet another injury. Suffers fracture, basically a chip fracture in his right knee, and will likely miss the 2022 season. And this will be pretty much his second straight missed season because he missed 16 games last year with an injury. Basically an injury to the exact same knee. He missed all but one game last year, and now he's going to miss all of this season. So in the last 2 years, he will played one game in 2 seasons. Not very good. They're saying that the Jets have been in talks with the Seahawks, with former Seahawks offensive tackle Dwayne Brown about possibly coming in and replacing him. So big loss for the Jets on their offensive line. And this is some of the stuff that you're going to get with the Truth League report, because I am going to be talking about some things going on around the rest of the league. But that is some very unfortunate news in regards to Mekhi Becton. But, I'm about to get ready to get out of here. I had a shut your pie hole moment, which really goes to that stupid article that came out of the New York, the NBC Sports Edge article. They should shut their pie hole for that, because that was absolutely ridiculous. But really didn't have anything else with shut your pie hole that I can really think of at the moment. Besides that, I thought that was kind of ridiculous right there. But I'm definitely looking forward to this game. DO9, a little late, but better late than never. Indeed. So I love it when anybody comes in. Let's see. Ian says, I'm ready to see Music City Malik do his thing. We're gonna find out if he's the future. I definitely agree. Landon says, who is our main backup running backs this year? That's what we're going to find out. Is it going to be Dontrell Hilliard, or is it going to be Hassan Haskins? I think Hassan Haskins could do some of the things Derrick Henry does, and then Dontrell Hilliard is that third-round back who can stretch the field, come out of the backfield, and catch the ball some. But Haskins can do the same thing. But that's something we're definitely going to find out. And you're also going to see if Jordan Wilkins could crack the 53 as well. So that's something that's going to be very interesting. Mark Jones says, I think Teddy will have more design runs, allowing lanes to open in the passing game if defense have to worry about Tannehill and Henry running. We're definitely going to see about that. That read option usually works. Jameson says, very cool to hear about this. I mean, I definitely appreciate that. Hope to see some new face starters get a few snaps. We're definitely going to find out about that. Mark Jones says, Titans and Vols need to adopt whoop that trick from the Grizz. That is Grizz-centric. Now, I would like the Titans to come up with a song similar to that they could play, for that. So, I mean, that would be very, very interesting. I like that from Mark Jones. Henry Hilliard Haskins, Triple H, the games. I definitely like that. Ian says, that's what's up, Chris. You're expanding your brand. I'm trying. I am definitely trying. That is definitely the aim. And, of course, coming soon, all of this is going to be changed. TNT Tonight, Titans and Truth, is going to be under the umbrella of the Truth Sports Podcast channel. That's basically what this is going to become, the Truth Sports Podcast channel. And again, always we're going to be getting it on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But also remember, this is going to be out on Spotify and iHeartRadio as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'm going to be uploading these to Spotify and iHeartRadio. So after the show, if y'all want to go back, if you're late listening, you can go back and watch this on YouTube. Or if you can't get to YouTube, if you have Spotify, iHeartRadio, go ahead and download the show and go watch it. And, give me a rating. Let me know what you think of the show and everything. Give me some feedback on there as well. So definitely look forward to that. And I will be trying to go live on these networks as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. Again, make sure if y'all haven't already, smash that like button on YouTube, or definitely show some love again on Spotify or iHeartRadio, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I definitely do appreciate everybody getting me over 1,100. I'm trying to get to 1,200. I'm still short of that. Let's help make that push. I want to be over 1,200 before the beginning of the season. So y'all got 3 weeks to get me to 1,200. So help me, help you. Help me out with that, y'all. Let's get to work and let's make that happen. So everybody, I think that's going to make it a wrap. That's going to be a wrap on tonight's show. I thank y'all for tuning in. Big Jeff's song is Wrecking Ball. Get Buck from Young Buck. That would be definitely cool. Get Buck with me. That would be kind of cool as well. But everybody, thank y'all for tuning in to the show tonight. Again, this has been TNT Tonight. I'm your man, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer. Thank y'all again for everything that y'all do. And we will recap. I may do a quick recap about this game, probably maybe on Friday. I may do a very quick recap, maybe see what I liked or didn't like from the preseason game a little bit. So stay tuned for that as well. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll holla. And let's tighten up, because that's all we know how to do.